okay, you might have seen this problem before. Um, and if you go through every step along this equation, nothing appears to be wrong with each step. Mathematically, it looks fine and it all works out until you get to the bottom and you get this crazy 2 equals 1. And you say to yourself, well, that can't be true. 2 can never equal 1. Something's wrong. And something is indeed very wrong, because although mathematically it appears that every line is okay, there is at least one line in here that makes no sense mathematically. So I want to go through each line. Let's check out each line. First line, let A equals B. Fair enough. A is B. No worries. Second line, multiplied both sides by A, which is fine. You can multiply or add whatever you want to an equation, as long as you do it to both sides, so it's equal, it remains equal. You can do that. And same with the third line. I've just taken away a b squared from both sides. Taken away b squared from both sides, so that's fine. The third line, I've just factorised either side of the equation. So I've factorised the difference of 2 squares on the left-hand side to say, well, it's a plus b, a minus b, which equals, and I've just brought out b as a common factor and said, well, that's b outside of a minus b. And you get this line. That's perfectly okay. No problems there. The issues happen when I go to the next line and I try to simplify this equation here. Because if up the top, if we said that if we let a equal to b, it means they're both the same number. So, because they're just numbers, so it could be something like 4 would equal 4, a and b. If a was 6, b would have to be 6. If a was minus a half, b would have to be minus a half. So they're both the same number. We've defined it as being this a and b as being the same number. So here, to simplify this, when we said, well, I can divide by a minus b and divide by a minus b, it appears that we're simplifying things to make it, simplifying things down to finally get to our final answer. However, if a and b are the same thing, up here, a and b are the same thing, we're actually dividing by a minus b. 6 minus 6, 4 minus 4, 3 minus 3, half minus a half. We're actually dividing by 0, which mathematically we can't do. So everything underneath that, or everything below that, really doesn't make any sense mathematically. So we can sort of disregard everything below that. Every line underneath that, though, still seems to be okay. Okay, because once we think we've cancelled off these zeros, 0 divided by 0, which make no sense at all. But when we get to this next line, it sort of things come. That's the bad line. Things sort of pop back and say, well, it's all good again, because we get a plus b equals b, and well, I've just substituted the a for a b because a is b plus b. B, we can do that. We can substitute for the same number. We can substitute it in. That becomes 2b equals b, and then we sort of decided, well, we divide by 2 again, divide by b again. Now, that's actually a 0 as well, because going from up here, this turns out to be something a bit odd as well. So then we get this weird sort of thing down the bottom. So there you go. That's what's wrong with it. We'd actually divided by 0, so everything below that point really is a it's a mathematical oddity. Can't do it.